It's coming on.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Class of 90 and it's round 32 time. Let's go! Let's
Starting
go,
to
let's
heat
go.
up now, the World Cup. We're getting going. Getting rid
Aye.
of the bums and that, and the serious teams. And now it's time to show up.
Yeah, no, we got rid of a few bums.
Yeah.
But
But
like,
now there are 10 African teams. I feel
Yeah.
like as Africans,
Oh.
we've got to start with that.
I can't lie, we're
You
ready.
know what I mean? Tunisia let the side down, but I feel like they've never been that good of a African team in it, like in terms of the competition winners. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Big up Senegal, Congo, England. I think we should start there.
Congo, England, I can't lie to you, that's going to be an absolute banger. And the reason is because Congo will definitely sit back. That's the thing. They're going to sit back, but what they will do that's quite good, and I watched the game against Portugal, is that they have that ability to counter-attack on the mat. I felt like when England faced, like maybe say Ghana and Panama, they did, we did see actually signs of them being able to, concede potentially goals, But what Congo do is that they actually have the quality up front, with Premier League proven players and, players across the pitch, right? That can actually do damage to England. So I think that one's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, that one, I'm a bit worried for it, if I'm being honest. Just going from those two games, Ghana and Panama, I feel like in both games, both teams showed enough on the counter-attack to make you think, there's a bit of a weakness here at this
1,000%.
England side, innit? And then on the flip side, England, for me, didn't show enough in terms of we can problem solve and we've got that magic that's going to get us a goal here, innit? I think it's going to rely on set pieces, which I think Congo are going to be physical. So it's like, that's not a guaranteed chance. I just think it's going to be tough. I think England will see it through and maybe scrape a 1-0, 2-0. My boy Jude Bellingham probably get him a winner again. But
Jude.
do you know what I mean? It's going to be a tough game for sure.
No, definitely a tough game for sure. Like I said, Congo are very resilient. They've shown it. Watching them even when they played against Nigeria, leading up to the World Cup, and then they've played a few tough teams, and they've gone across the line to obviously make it into the round of 32. So let's see. Score predictions. What are you saying?
I'm gonna lock in 1-0, 1-0 England.
Okay, I'm gonna lock in 2-1 to England. So let's see how that goes anyway. So next game, let's look at South Africa versus Canada. I'll be honest. Do you know what I mean? In the time of filming this, we have seen that. Do you know what I mean? So let's stop cap.
But I expected Canada to go through.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. 1,000%. I thought Canada were actually going to breeze through easier than they did. So, do you know what I mean? Fair play to the Bafana boys. Do you know what I mean? Holding it down. I know right now, do you know what I mean? Africans don't really see eye to eye with those guys, but I can't lie. They did the African countries proud. So, well done to them. And that 20-year-old.
I was going to say, there's some gems in there. Even their left back, it's a solid player. So some of them might have got a little move there post the World Cup. So I think they can be proud of how far they've come. Yeah, it's a result of it being a bigger World Cup. Yeah, maybe they've made it this far. But to get to the knockout stages for some of these teams is a big achievement. So big up South Africa still.
No, 1,000%. So looking at who Canada could face, in the next round, that's either going to be Morocco or Netherlands. How do we see that game going, Ali?
That game, I think it might be one of the hardest to call in this 32.
I'm fuming, bro. I'm fuming because that game starts at like 1 a.m. So the chances of me actually seeing that game to the finish is slim. Such a good game.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be one of the games of this round. Still, it's going to be one of those games where it's like they're both very solid teams, isn't it? It's not just attack versus defense where one team's going to sit back. I think they'll both kind of go for it, but they'll both be secure and solid. So I think we're going to get a real 50-50 game that's going to get decided. Yeah, it might even go to extra time.
Well, I think it's going to go to extra time, 1,000%, because both teams have been playing really well in this tournament, and I think like you said, they're established teams, and I think both teams are going to go for it. It's not going to be one of those games where you're going to have one team sitting back and one team sort of looking to counter attack. I think it's going to be end to end stuff, and honestly, I cannot wait for it. So with that being said, what way is it going to go?
I'm going to let you give an answer first for this one.
I'll be real. I'm backing the Moroccans to go through. I'm backing the Moroccans. I don't know why. Something just tells me Moroccans are going to go through. But logically, if I think about it, it's like Netherlands have actually looked stronger. They look like the more attacking threat. But just something about Morocco, man. They're like an itch that won't go away.
Yeah, this Morocco team's definitely, I think they've got something together, some sort of togetherness. That's like, they're a hard team to beat, innit? So even when they're not at their best, I think there'll be a struggle for Netherlands to kind of play their fluid, liquid football kind of thing, innit? So I reckon I reckon it's going to be
Give it
1-1, 1-1 in 90 minutes, 2-1 to Morocco.
2-1 to Morocco. Okay, so we're both going Morocco to go through. And then looking at the next game, so this is Germany versus Paraguay. Um, I, I don't know how this one's going to go because one side of me thinks the Germans are literally just going to blitz. And I think if this is the Germans of old, this is straightforward. Do you know what I mean? Like stat padding for them. But I feel like now, I've watched Paraguay a few times. Obviously, they let themselves down versus the US. And then, some of the other games, they actually played good. Your boy, Enciso, as well. He's looking like the real deal during this tournament. So, I don't know. But I do think the Germans will take it. But I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as people think. It's going to be. I can even see it going to extra time. Because Paraguay, they're a strong team.
Yeah, I think it might be one of those games that kind of trip up the Germans a bit in terms of it's looking like a ball draw because Paraguay are just defending.
Yeah.
But I reckon Germany have got enough to see it through. I think I reckon they'll take this one 2-0, where it's like there'll be individual moments of quality that the Germans can't, that the Paraguay can't stop in it, and they've got too many like world-class players or like players that have got that moment of magic in them, and they'll be able to get a goal or two.
All right, let's see. It's the World Cup. Anything could happen.
What was your prediction on that one?
My prediction on that one was the Germans to win, but I'll probably go 3-0 to the Germans. I think if they stick to the plan and they do what they can do, get an early goal, and then the game opens up and Paraguay actually have to go for it, then I think the Germans have enough quality to slip.
Yeah, I think it all matters when they score that first goal.
1,000%. 1,000%. So if the Germans do make it through, then in the round of 16, they will be facing either France and Sweden.
I think that is one of the easier games to call. I might be getting ahead of myself because France have looked so good. And I'm thinking, who was it that destroyed Sweden?
It was the Netherlands.
Yeah, you see? So it's like, if Netherlands can beat you man like that, I reckon France have got
But can I hit you with a caveat, yeah? I think what happened versus Netherlands versus Sweden is that the Swedish, they had too much pride. So I think they went for it too much. The game became very open.
Because they're thinking of them as
exactly.
And
the thing is, it's like you get into us, you're about to go into a scrap. You're thinking, my man looks slick. I can fuck him up. By the time my man hits you that one bang and you're all hearing, right, my man does Muay Thai. Do you know what I mean? It's too late.
The game's over.
It's too late. So I think the Swedish, I genuinely think they're going to sit back this game and they're going to try and hit on a counter-attack, which is something they probably should have done with the Netherlands. But I think coming against a team like France, they're just going to bow down and, when they have the opportunity, just try and hit them on a counter-attack.
You know what, though? I just thought of why that might not be the case. And Graham Potter's football isn't that. He doesn't sit back. He doesn't know how to sit back. I saw it a lot of the time at Chelsea where it's sometimes just take a chill pill, sit back, see the game out. He's not on that control thing. It's always the same style, and it's always going to be you're a little bit open, and I don't think he's going to adjust that too much.
Okay, you don't think he's matured since then?
Graham Potter, nah, man. You saw what happened to him at West Ham, minute. I think we broke the man, if I'm being honest.
And you broke his bank. That's
But yeah, man, I reckon that would be a simple 3-0. In fact, 4-1.
4-1. Right. I just go for a clean sweep, 3-0 that one.
The white one.
I think the France are going to win it early. Going on to another close game, although I don't think this is as close as people think that it's going to be. So this is Belgium versus Senegal.
Ooh.
I'll go first.
Go on.
I'll be honest with you, I see Senegal taking this one.
Yeah.
I see Senegal taking this one because I think they're resilient. When I look at how Belgium play and the reliance they have on Doku, for example, I think all it takes is maybe say two Senegalese players, one to match Doku's power, do you know what I mean? And to nullify that trickery, and I think they're done. I'd be real.
Yeah, and I think in general, his explosiveness will be less impactful against, physical defenders that I'll say more athletic, they're a bit more agile. And then, I think going forward, Senegal have got quality.
They've showed that.
They've got real quality.
Did you see their last game?
Three bangers.
3 bangers, bro.
That Pap Gay, I can't lie. I don't know much about him, man. But what kind of goals are they just scoring in the World Cup?
He came on vengeance.
Bro, bangers.
And then they unleashed Ndiaye as well.
I don't know why he ain't been playing. If
I don't get that.
I thought he was going to be one of their stars.
Man was moving mad. And obviously, I get this competition between him and Sarr because Sarr's won something this season. He's a bit more established in the football scene. Do you know what I mean? And within Senegalese football. But same time, come on, man. You can't be giving my man peanut.
I think you've got to find space for him. But
same time, it shows the quality of team they are for him to be coming off the bench. Do you know what I mean? So,
and I reckon they all really respect the manager in terms of, you know what, I'm on the bench, but it's calm. If I come on, I'm gonna do my thing in it. So yeah, I reckon Senegal have got that one as well. Still, I think people are gonna be surprised, but almost you shouldn't be surprised. Belgium
Yeah.
haven't looked that great, and Senegal have got a strong team.
Yeah.
So
No,
I'll
agreed.
go 2-1 Senegal.
Agreed. I'm gonna go with 2-1 actually. Yeah, yeah. I think that sounds about right. And then if the Senegalese make it through, then they will be facing either the USA or Bosnia.
Okay.
Yeah, should be straightforward for the
it
USA.
should be straightforward.
But
USA
we did think it was going to be straightforward for the Italians when they faced Bosnia in the qualifying match.
Yeah.
So that could be tricky.
Yeah, the thing is, Bosnia actually have a decent team, and then they've got that small nation. This is our
togetherness.
tournament. Like we're here for the first time. Do you know what I mean? Let's really put on a show. And I think there's a bit of, it's not even really quality, but they're tied. Like they're tied the team in the way they play in it. The goals they scored in their last game were actually good. I think that would have given them confidence. But I reckon again, decisions are gonna go USA. The fans are gonna be singing for them. Like I feel like the USA probably just about got it.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you're saying, to be honest, including some of the dubious decisions.
You know what I mean?
But I think the added factor to that as well is that I just think that as much as the Bosnians have the togetherness, I just don't think they have that X factor. And I just don't think that they've got the talent like the USA have. And I think if the USA play to their maximum potential, and there's a bit, you get me, there's a bit of referees, you know what I mean, then
no penalty,
you get it, then they should be all right. So that should be an interesting game. But I think I'm saying 2-0.
Yeah, I'll go with 2-0.
2-0. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. And then the next round of games, so this is Spain versus Austria.
Okay, I think this is another one that's not too hard to call in terms of winner. I think Spain will take it. I think the actual Austria are one of those weird like European teams that are like they're not great, but they've got a few players that it's like okay, they could do something, but I think Spain have got too much quality. Spain will be in control of the whole game. Yeah,
no, I agree. I think Spain are going to boss it from minute 1 to minute 90 or whatever. But at the end of the day, I did watch the Austrians versus the Algerians, and although there was a bit of match fixing going on in that game, do you know what I mean? So they could avoid Spain. I did think the Austrians, did look good in terms of goal scoring form, right? So, listen, it could be a surprise. We've seen, even in the Euros before when, the French were knocked out by the Swiss at the time. So I think sometimes these things can happen. And I think added to the factor as well that the Austrians, they will know Spain. Do you know what I mean? They're a European team, they know a lot of the players. So I think if they set up like, Ragnick wants them to set up and he can put up the defensive shape, then why are you laughing when I say Ragnick?
Chris, why are you laughing for?
You don't know they used to call him the grandfather of football. Klopp was saying he taught it, man. Get me, like. But listen, let's see. I genuinely won't have it if someone says to me that Spain are gonna come and absolutely smash the Austrians. I don't think that's gonna happen. Because again, when you have someone like Ragnick, he knows and he's got the experience and he's gonna set them up well defensively. So I do think it's gonna be one of those. I'm even gonna go like 1-0 to be honest. I think it's gonna be a gritty one for the Spanish team. I think so because I watched the Austrians versus Argentina. And I can't lie, they were a tough side to break down. Do you know what I mean? The only reason Argentina scored the second is because the game just opened up because they had to go for it. But yeah, I'm going to go with 1-0 for this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm struggling to come up with a scoreline. Like I said, I'm sure Spain are going to win. But you know what? I'll go for 2-0.
2-0. Yeah. Fair enough. Cautious that, man. Cautious.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then if the Spanish win that game, then they play either the Portuguese or the Croatians. Oof, this is a tough game. Portugal versus Croatia.
I'll give you my scoreline before I say what I think. Like, I think there's going to be a 0-0.
0-0 into extra time.
Yeah.
I see that,
Yeah, where it's like, it's not even going to be like boring, but I just think like Croatia are missing something in attack. And Portugal kind of just seem a little bit weird, like a bit nervous kind of thing, innit? Like, it's not quite clicking together as we expected right now.
No, agreed.
And I think that will fade as the tournament goes on and they get to these bigger games. But I think for Croatia, especially like looking at the way Croatia played against England, it's like England were quite open. They're not the best defensively, innit?
Yeah.
I think Portugal have actually got decent defence, but going forward they seem to be struggling a little bit, let's say.
Okay.
So I reckon they'll manage to just hold on to a 0-0 and then maybe Portugal win 1-0, 2-0 in extra time.
Okay, so I totally disagree. I totally disagree. I think that's going to be an open game as fuck.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And the reason I think that is because both teams aren't going to be cautious because they're going to look at each other and think, yeah, we can score goals past them. Portugal are going to look at Croatia and think, Asian team, we saw what England did to them, we can do that. Croatia are going to look at Portugal, look at the goals they've conceded, and think, actually, these guys can be
You
got.
think
Do you know
Croatia
what I
are
mean?
looking at Portugal like you man can get it?
I think so. Croatians looked at England and said, "You can get it,"
Yeah.
and then opened wide open.
But that's because
Do
there's
you
not
know what I mean?
history with England where it's like we got
Nah,
you
man.
we got you man at the World Cup before, innit? So it's like we've got that bit of confidence. But I think Croatia are looking kind of dry.
So listen, you guys, let me know in the comments. I could be wrong here. I'm not googling or nothing, innit? But I genuinely remember the Croatians knocking out Portugal in a tournament recently. When I say recently, over the last 10 years. Let me know if I'm incorrect. It could even be like Nations League, for example. But I'm so sure that happened. I'm so sure that happened.
No,
So,
we'll check it up after.
Yeah,
as
we'll
well.
check it up
See.
afterwards, innit? Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those, yeah, where I genuinely think to myself, like, it's one of those where they will have that confidence to think, yeah, we've beaten these men before.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I could be chatting shit, but listen, look it up. Let us know in the comments, innit? I could be chatting shit, but listen, I'm Mr. Stat Pad, innit? Do you know what I mean? So I'm usually not wrong.
Let's see if it's stats or fake news or not.
So for that game, I'm gonna go with something wild, bro. I'm gonna go with 3-2 Portugal.
Okay.
Yeah, 3-2 Portugal for sure. And then looking at the next round of games, so this was Brazil versus Japan. So we've just finished watching this game, so we can actually talk live about what's happened this game.
I predicted on that score predictor app. I predicted 3-1 Brazil.
3-1.
So it's like I was close, but honestly, I thought it would be a little bit more Brazil on top. But that was actually quite an even game, innit? Like Brazil were a bit. Japan had something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Japan looked like they could potentially win that game.
I'd say even in the sense that Japan mostly had the first half, and then not Portugal, sorry, Brazil had the whole half. Do you know what I mean? So if you split it like that, then it makes sense. But I can't lie, Brazil had a few good chances. Like Vinny could have scored the goal of the tournament. Because that dribble was crazy.
Dirty.
Crazy. My boy Suzuki.
Solid keeper. You know, I wanted him.
No, we wanted him, innit? Wanted him, but he said, no, I don't want to be back up.
You don't want
to go United. I'm not a god. Do you know what I mean? That could have been you, big man.
Suzuki saw what happens to the black keepers at United. They said, nah, man, let me stay away, keep my clout going.
But no, he is revered in Japan, by the way, because a few of my colleagues that are based out in Japan, I've been talking to them about the World Cup and they're saying to me, yeah, like, my man's like probably one of the best keepers they've had in a long time. Telling me how his dad's Ghanaian. Do you know what I mean? He was born in the USA. Yeah, he's the only like multi sort of like mix in the whole Japanese squad. Do you know what I mean? So he's revered a lot, man. I can't lie. That's a national treasure. So listen, big up yourself because he kept Japan in the game. But even big up the whole Japan squad because I think they played quite well. But in the end, that press that they had in the first half, they really couldn't keep it up. In the second half. And do you know what I mean? That was always going to happen. You get tired. It's hot out there. It's why the drinks break is needed, bro. See, people keep talking about the drinks breaks, man. Trust me, these players need it, man.
I think at the end of the day, Brazil just had too much quality players on the pitch. Like something is still missing when I'm watching this Brazil team that makes me think there's no way they can win it. But they've got players that can produce in it. But that Guimaraes play, that assist was beautiful. It was a great assist. Most players are taking the shot there.
1,000%. I'm taking a shot there. But no, that's 4 assists for him this tournament now. Yeah. He's looked really good. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, Arsenal, if you want Bruno G, you better up that price, man. You know what I mean?
They might have you paying 100 mil for a 28 to get me. But no. Brazilians, I genuinely think they're going to get better as the tournament, progresses. And if they, if the next team are to get to the next round and they're playing Brazil, then, let's see, that could be an easier game for Brazil. So with that being said, that is Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast versus Norway. How do you see that going, man?
I think that's going to be one of the tighter games. But, I think I want that to get a bit hard to call because Norway have always got a goal in them naturally when you've got Haaland in your team, innit? But Ivory Coast do look good. I'm going to go for 2-1 Ivory Coast. They disappointed me a bit in the Germany game where they couldn't kill the game and actually get the win.
But they had chances, though.
Yeah, they had chances, which is why I'm worried that could happen in this game because it's like, if you miss chances, if Norway get 1 or 2, Haaland's going to score his chances. Yeah. So, do you know what I mean? You need to be clinical. Yeah. But I reckon, now that they're through to the knockout stages, I think there was a bit of nervousness of that in the group stages. Like, we just want to make it through. Now, I think teams like Ivory Coast can play with a bit of freedom in it because you've never been here before. It's like nothing more is expected. So go out there, play your football in the likes of Diamande and Ahmad, I think they'll shine still. So.
Nah, listen, a lot of people. First of all, I'm backing the Africans, innit? I'm backing the Africans. Get me. A lot of people are looking at Diamande, Ahmad, but here's a key player. Hey, Pepe, do you know what I mean? Pepe, they unlocked him, man. 2 goals. Hey, he's starting to look good. I can't lie to you. And the thing is that if you have someone like Pepe coming off the bench, for either like a Diamande or Ahmad, that's added quality. And then you've got Bonnie, who plays for Inter Milan, who's up front as well. They have quality all over the pitch, man. I just think they just need to play well together. And I think we've seen glimpses of it against like the top teams, like the Germans, for example. But I just think now is crunch time. And don't get it twisted, like Norway, they're not a dead team, innit? We saw what they did to France. Easy could have been 3-2 if the penalty was tucked away. And I think they do have that added quality as well, with the likes of Haaland, obviously Ødegaard. We know what Norway can do, but defensively, I don't know, man. I don't know. And I'm rooting for the Africans, innit? So for that one, I'm going to say, I think that's going to be a blockbuster. I'm going to go 3-2. 3-2 to Ivory Coast.
Yeah, I'm tempted to go 3-2 as well, to be honest. I think that is going to be one of those games where it's like, I reckon, Ivory Coast win it in the last minute, still 3-2.
1000%. Okay, and then looking at the next game, so this is Mexico versus Ecuador. Nice little Latin American game, man. Do you know what I mean? This one's going to be scrappy.
Yeah, and I think it's Mexico and Azteca.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one of them ones where, they're going to be playing football, but it's going to be a fight as well.
People are going to be getting kicked.
The crowd's going to be going. Like, I'd hate to be refereeing that game. I can't lie to you. It's going to be a hard one to keep control of, but I reckon it's tough. I think home advantage plays a lot in this tournament, innit? Like in terms of they're at home. It's their World Cup, innit? So I feel like they should take it. But
you're not backing your boy Caicedo.
Are you gonna back your brethren?
Not Chelsea, man.
My boy Caicedo just got given the armband. Ena Valencia said, "Yo, my time's done."
Yeah.
Mid-tournament,
very humble.
Take this armband in it. So and Caicedo does everything. Takes set pieces. He's taking shots. Like he's actually the guy to carry them forward, innit? So I reckon it's 2-2, and then they go out on penalties.
Okay, I'm gonna go 0-0, and then I think Ecuador are going to go through on extra time, just because I think I watch Ecuador and I just think they're more resilient. You get me? Like they just one of them teams they just won't go away. So I think it's going to be. I think this one's going to be a bloody battle, man. I think in the first 10 minutes, yellow card. Get me? Even potentially a red card for both teams. Get me? Like, but yeah, I'm definitely going to go 0-0, and then with Ecuador to win it on penalties for sure. Okay, cool. So if the Ecuadorians do make it through, then they could be facing either England or Congo. So that's going to be spicy for sure.
They're going to be facing England.
Yeah, no, really.
We're going through, but 1-0 England type game.
First. And then the next game, so this is Switzerland versus Algeria. Now, Algerians, we know what you did in that last game. I know what you did in that last game, bro. Do you know what I mean? Fair play to Mahrez, innit? He came out and said, listen, I was through on goal. I had to respect football. Do you know what I mean? I had to respect football and I had to shoot. So, listen, fair play to him. And that's why he's a legend. Do you know what I mean?
Like, all of that, innit? It's like what Hans says. You can't win the game at the end of the day.
Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like it wasn't on his mind. Because Awar did whisper it to him afterwards. Joke, man, he gave him the assist and he's saying to him, oh, you just scored out so you're facing Spain. Why'd you give me the ball then, big man? But no, in all seriousness, looking at this game, it's going to be I think it's going to be a goal fest, this one. Switzerland versus Algeria. Both teams are looking at each other.
Have had goals in their games as well.
We've watched the games together as well. Like, it's crazy. Do you know what I mean? So I think both teams are definitely going to go for it, and it's going to be a goal fest for sure.
Yeah, I actually don't know which way that game's going to go, if I'm being honest. Like, I think there's definitely going to be an open game, but either side could genuinely take it in. I think they're probably like the most even sides on paper in this round. So I reckon, you know what? Let me put African bias to the side. I think Switzerland might just take it.
I was going to echo exactly the same thing you said, because I think if I put my African bias to the side, given the fact that we've watched some of the Swiss games and I've seen them play, and fair play, I haven't watched the 4 Algeria games this tournament, but I'm going to have to go with Switzerland because watching them play, they look good, man. Do you know what I mean? They got that number 10. What's his name? Mozambi.
Yeah, Mazambi.
Yeah, Mazambi. He looked good.
Yeah,
he
and
looked
Vargas, he's doing his thing.
They're all starting to click.
And you've always got Mbolo that's there being Bolo. You know what I mean? He's like, My guy's always a nuisance, so
you never hear of him, and then in these tournaments he just comes out.
they spawn him for these tournaments only. But yeah, what? Well, score-wise, I'll go for 2-1 Switzerland.
I will go. I'm gonna go 2-2, and then after extra time, Switzerland to win. It's a 3-2.
Okay.
Very specific, but yeah, I'm gonna go Switzerland to win. And then if the Swiss make it through, then they could be facing Colombia versus Ghana. Tough games for Ghana, man. Charlie,
That is a tough
Chai.
game like that.
Chai. No money, no be problem. Hey, nah. I think it's gonna be difficult this one, because I can't lie. I watched Portugal versus Colombia, and Colombia cooked. Colombia should have won that game. Ronaldo, they made Ronaldo so scared that he came out and said, Colombia strong team. Very strong team. Do you know what I mean? So,
they said that about Uzbekistan if they didn't beat them as well. The guy's just on this PR stuff.
Nah.
But I don't know. I think that game is one that's going to be a tight game. Maybe might not be the best to watch kind of thing. I reckon it will go 0-0. I think it'll even go penalties.
Impossible. I think Colombia are going to clean. I think that's clean up.
You think they're going to clean up?
I think that's 2-0.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that as a Nigerian hating on
1,000%?
Ghana or
1,000%. Do you know what I mean? Do I look like I eat bold eggs, bro? Come on, man.
No.
I'm saying that because I'm Nigerian, bro. But at the same time as well, my football knowledge is telling me it's going to be 2-0. I want it to be 2-0.
Bro,
well.
for the hate.
1,000%, man. 1,000%. I think they're going to be packing, man. I can't lie. Ghana must go indeed, fam. I'm telling you. 2-0 Colombia. That's the way I'm going. I see someone like maybe like a Muñoz scoring and like a Diaz scoring as well, for sure. Because those two, they've looked really good, man. Like, people don't really... It's crazy, because even after watching Premier League football, a lot of teams still don't anticipate the Muñoz run from deep. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, I think he scored in the first game, scored in the second game. It was only on against the Portuguese that he didn't score, but the Portuguese were smart enough to nullify the fact that he was always bombing forward, sort of thing. So let's see. Ghanaians have to watch out for that, man. But hey, good luck, Charlie. And then the next game. So this is Australia versus the mighty Egyptians.
This is another one that I think is going to be one of the less exciting games.
Game could be dead, man. Yeah, let's call it spade. Yeah, this could be a dead game, bro.
Boring.
Can't lie.
It's going to be one that... What time is that? Hopefully it's a late kickoff that I don't really care.
7 p.m. still.
I think giving a prime time slot
real.
for Egypt versus Australia in there. But I reckon Salah gets a penalty 1-0 Egypt. That's my prediction for that.
I think it's either going to be a dead game, 0-0, goes to extra time, or it could be like a goal fest. And I know this is like Michael Owen punditry in this. I mean, like,
it is. Like, both teams might think, oh yeah, these men are dead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what
I'm saying. And you want games like... Thing is, you want games like that where teams just get at each other, because people are gonna make mistakes. You know what I mean? So let's see, man. This could be one for Salah to stat pad, but I think, like I said, it's either gonna be really dead or it's gonna be a goal fest where it's like 3-2 or 3-3. I don't think it's gonna be anywhere in between at all. So what are you saying?
1-0 Egypt, most
1-0 Egypt. I'm gonna keep it interesting. I'm gonna go 3-2 Egypt. Fuck it, why not?
Wish.
Why not? And then the last game. So why do they keep giving Argentina these easy draws, man? So if Argentina win against Cape Verde, who they're playing, they keep they keep rigging these tournaments for this shoot, fam. They keep rigging it for him.
When Ronaldo was out there banging goals against Uzbekistan,
man,
complaining and
man, like they didn't give Messi Jordan. Did you see the goal against that keeper? That's a joke, man. Listen, FIFA, I see what you're doing, bro. I'm already seeing him in Ballon d'Or contender. That's a fucking joke, man. Come on.
I reckon Cape Verde might do the shutout thing. My man had the game of his life, bro. Start seeing you know what I mean? We know he's got it in him to pull some good saves. And I reckon this is your time your country's in the knockout stages for the first time ever. You're 40 years old. You're never going to get this opportunity again. You're going to be playing for your life, innit? And it's like, most of those players will. So I reckon they'll put up a tough fight, but Messi's the never.
I think they'll start off putting up a tough fight, and then someone's going to whisper to them, And then what's gonna happen? He's gonna start letting it go.
Let Messi score.
110%. This shit is rigged, bro. It's rigged. From time I see they giving these man Cape Verde, and then they could be facing Australia or Egypt, and that's a job. Fam, you have Portugal that could be facing maybe like a Spain, for example, in around the 32. Come on, man. It's always rigged, fam. They're always doing my boy dirty.
Yeah, they're getting the excuses ready for when Ronaldo crashes out and Messi gets to another final. That's crazy.
Listen, shout out Messi, man. Shout out Messi. I love Ronaldo. And do you know what? Tell us in the comment. Who's your goal? Who's your goal? Tell us in the
Team
comment.
Messi these days, you know what I mean? It's a tight one.
And then, okay, cool, fine. So, with that being said, then, scores Argentina versus Cape Verde.
Ooh,
Go adventure.
2-0 Argentina.
2-0 Argentina.
Yeah.
Because I know how FIFA are, I think it's going to be 5-0 Argentina. Messi gets a hat trick. Do you know what I mean? Couple own goals there just to sprinkle some salt in there as well. Yeah, landslide, man. 5-0. 5-0. So that concludes the round of 32, guys. Let us know if there's any big surprises there. You know, let us know if we've fumbled any of these scores. But let's see what happens anyway. England, let's go.
It's coming on.